bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the...
Hi, I'm Joel Friedrich. I am post-producer of The Lower Angels.
Hi, I'm Adam Hardman. I'm the writer-director of The Lower Angels, which is having its world premiere here at the New York City Horror Film Festival. 7 years ago, I made a short film called The Louisiana Conversation, which was about a self-loathing vampire. And of all the things I screened, it got a great deal of attention. I started working on a feature-length script then, and I shopped that script for several years with the two leads, Cole Marshall and Shanti Carson. And out of it developed a feature that I'm thrilled with, actually. It was a very intense pre-production and production period. We shot in very brutal conditions here in New York with a very low budget. So I think we shot for something like 24 days. And then we had 4 days of reshoots. But we made it happen. We pulled it all together with the help of some really amazing, talented, and dedicated individuals. And then we had a very long post-production process, primarily because we shot a great deal. When I was working on the film, I knew that this might be my only chance to make a feature the way I wanted to make it. I had carte blanche, whatever I wanted to do. So I wanted to do something that was experimental in structure and different. As a result, we shot a lot. I think the first cut of the film was 4 hours long. And so slowly but surely, we whittled it down to an hour and a half with our amazingly talented editor, David Skorka. Then we set about finding the perfect post-production team, and we never gave up. We never lost the thread. A lot of that was Joel's great work.
Adam and I have been friends basically since we both moved to New York. We met here, and we went to school together, and we've been working on things ever since then. When he asked me to come aboard, I was very excited. Oh, it was such a thrill to be able to work again with him, and this was a completely new endeavor that I had not embarked on before. So it was both scary and exciting at the same time. And coming in, I have been lucky enough to have been involved with different aspects of post-production throughout my career, and it was great to be able to go back and call upon friends and colleagues to see if they will help out bringing Adam's vision together. And they came through for us. Working with Adam, they put together, I think, pretty close to what you may have imagined it being, and maybe something different, which is always great with working with other artists, is your vision gets complemented by other people's vision. Adam and his production team actually pretty much solidified the look of the film while shooting. They did a great job of shooting it the way he wanted to look, color-wise. Art direction was amazing, cinematography is wonderful, and it is already a beautiful film, and there really wasn't much on that aspect in post that needed to be done. It was just like sound effects and VFX and all the editing and mixing that needed to come together, but visually it was pretty much there. We have a few scenes where there was definitely some VFX, After Effects work that definitely amplified the intention and motivation of the scenes. And that was challenging, but once we figured it out, I think it came together pretty well.
I loved film from the time as a very, very small child. I don't remember this, but my mother would tell me that she took me to see E.T., and when the film was over, I screamed and cried. I wouldn't leave the theater. She actually had to buy another ticket, and we stayed and we watched it again. After it was over, I screamed and cried, and she was like, "Oh, we gotta go." And since this is a horror film, this is also kind of funny. According to my mother, the first time I moved in her stomach was when she was watching The Exorcist, which I guess was pretty intense for her. So I was always a movie buff as far back as I can remember. And I believe I was 12 years old. I was at our local video store, and I had seen The Shining, and I loved it. And then I saw Full Metal Jacket, and I absolutely loved it. And when I was returning the video, I noticed that it was the same director. And something clicked at that moment, and I realized, oh, it's not the star. I realized at that moment it was the director who was really running the film. And that's when I knew that's what I wanted to do.
I don't know, just as a kid, definitely film was always so magical. It was a magical place for me, and I'm very emotionally driven. So I love to be part of it for the sake of storytelling and to evoke any sort of emotion out of an audience member. I love to feel inspired, I love to feel sad, I love to feel angry, and when all that stuff comes at you on a screen and you're sitting there in the dark and you're surrounded by other people who are feeling the same thing, it's just magical for me. Adam brought me on to take on this very unique character. I played as a white ghetto kid, and I end up having a face-off with one of the main characters, and I don't win.
He's great. He's really great. It's actually funny. He, of course, he totally fully realized the role. It's a small role, but obviously very important. All roles are. But he fully realized it. And so it was interesting. The producers first met him as this fully realized character, and then later when he came on board to do post-producing, they were shocked. Oh, well, like, I see. They thought he was this like gangbanger in real life. So he did a really wonderful job.
I appreciate that.
This is actually our world premiere. We wrapped we finished post-production the last week of June. And so this was one of the first festivals we submitted to. And so today is actually the first time I'm going to see it with a full audience. We've had a few very small salons, and that has been great, but it's mostly been with other film professionals. So we haven't yet seen it with a real audience. So we're very excited. We're honored to be part of this festival. It's been great, actually. I've been able to attend most of the films since opening night, and with each film I see, I'm more honored to be here. There's some really amazing films in this program. We're just so excited to sit in a theater today and watch this film. It's hard to describe, hard to put in words.